All right, my name's Rory Powers. I'm with Right Line Trading, and today's presentation is on our automated trading bots. We're leveraging artificial intelligence in our AI auto trader, and we believe we're just scratching the surface on the full potential of these bots, which are absolutely the future of trading. So let's go ahead and let's get it started. We've integrated a machine learning algorithm, and technologically speaking, I really believe that we're in front of our competitors. We got an early jump on it, and when Mark Miller had purchased the company, his number one priority was to integrate artificial intelligence into our automated trading system. And it's really been a game changer. We went into a collaboration with really a world-renowned AI lab. And the number one goal to take away was, how do we leverage artificial intelligence in our trading system? And Sergio Luque Rodriguez, who's our developer, was the main beneficiary of really a formal education on how to integrate artificial intelligence into these trading systems and put it into NinjaTrader 8 language. And we've done just that. And man, we've got something that self-optimizes. Imagine that. Which has always been the elephant in the room when you talk about automated strategies. They get stale. When market conditions change, they quit working. Well, we've got a system that will adjust itself based on the market conditions. Before we get any further into it, though, I just want to mention that it's important to know that I'm not a licensed financial advisor, that there is a considerable amount of risk, a significant amount of risk when trading the financial instruments. If you're not familiar with the risks associated with trading, we highly recommend consulting with a licensed financial advisor so you are fully comprehend the risks that are inherent trading the financial markets. And I just want to mention that something that distinguishes Right Line Trading from our competitors is that we actually trade these bots in front of the world, so to speak. Where we trade them on YouTube on our live stream every morning, Monday through Friday. And that's our company's policy. We're extremely transparent and honest. We absolutely want you to see what you're buying and what you're getting into before you have to make any type of decision. And I really think that that's one of the great changes that the new ownership has put into place here at Right Line Trading. One of my favorite members, and I always start my presentation discussing Marcia. Marcia, to make a long story short, and she's such a blessed, God-fearing woman, heavily, a strong believer in God, a good Christian woman. Marcia came to us as a complete newbie. Her only experience in trading, get this, was a company sold her some Forex bots, some bots that run on the Forex market. And they kind of sold her a bill of goods, sent it to her email address, patted her on the back, and wished her well. Really didn't do much to help her get going or provide much training or assistance in setting it up. And just, I mean, to state the obvious, it was a pretty negative experience. She came to us right afterwards and really hungry and ambitious, ready to dive in and get started. And she's really a great student because she didn't learn a lot of bad habits. She was a complete newbie to trading. And to make a long story short, Marcia's experience was her learning curve was significantly shortened by trading the AI auto trader. She was able to accomplish achievements that would have taken any one of us years to be able to accomplish. She was able to string together 15 funded accounts. She has 20 today, and she still has the same 15 or 20 funded accounts that she started with. She hasn't lost one. as of today, knock on wood. And so she's been extremely consistent, and she significantly shortened that learning curve. For any one of us, listen, we've all been through the school of hard knocks, and tuition is very expensive. And that's the way we learned. We years ago they didn't have these prop firms where you could pay $50 and get 50,000. If we wanted to take a go at it, we'd put 5 or 10 grand up and take our best shot, and learn from the school of hard knocks. So with this AI auto trader, I think your experience will be similar to Marcia's. Well, you'll be able to make achievements that would take years to learn, and you'll do it in very short order. And you'll make accomplishments that you only dreamt you thought were possible. So that's been Marcia's journey within her first 60 days of trading the AI auto trader. And I just want to recognize, and I'm not going to take a lot of time, but I do want to recognize my team here at Right Line Trading. You see, I'm part of a team. It's not me just pulling the switches and flipping the levers. I've got a really educated, experienced, I'd like to think handsome team here at Right Line Trading. And our mission here, I know my slide says it's our vision, but I consider it our mission. And it's been our mission to develop innovative trading strategies that provide our members with an edge. Well, what's the ultimate edge for a trader? The ultimate edge is to know the future direction of price before anybody else does, to get a jump and to know where the price is headed. Now, we don't have it perfected, obviously. We don't have a crystal ball. However, we do provide our members with a significant edge. It's not perfect, but it is a significant edge. And along the way, over the course of the last 14 or 15 years, we've really built a beautiful community of traders of all experience levels that collaborate, help, and support one another in our Discord community of traders. It's a beautiful community of traders, all experience levels, the whole spectrum, from newbie like Marcia to professional trader like Robert, who's in the optimization of strategies, and the entire spectrum in between. Just to acknowledge my team, we have 3 professional traders on staff. We have Mr. Craig Emery. He's our futures trader. We have Mr. David Kushner. He's our prop trader. And we have Mr. David Wise, who's our options trader. And, these guys who are professionals, what they do, they all share some characteristics, a methodology that they all have in common. And what that is they have a rules-based system. It's not automatic, it's not automated, but it's in their mind. It's ingrained in their mind that there's certain conditions that must be met before they take an entry on their trading charts. Very much like a robot. And that's exactly how these robots work, without human emotion and human error. Unfortunately, as humans, we all share, these core personality traits that sabotage our own trading results. But before we get to that, let me just recognize our team. We have Mr. Brock Miller. He's my right-hand man. He does just about everything here at Right Line Trading. He's a huge help. He's a college student. He's getting his degree in computer science. He's a great guy. We have Mr. Charles Sider. He is a grad from UCLA. We don't hold it against him, though. It's just kidding. He's a Bruin, and he's got his master's degree in computer engineering. He is an engineer through and through, an analytical. All of the I's must be dotted. The T's must be crossed just right. Or he will make some corrections and let everybody know about it. But he's a great guy. And listen, when you're putting your money at risk, you want somebody like this who's developing your software and providing you customer service. He is meticulous. Then we have Mr. Sergio Luque Rodriguez. He's the one that I'm talking about as the main benefactor or beneficiary of that collaboration with the world-renowned AI development lab. Sergio has coded complex mathematical equations, algorithms, mathematical modeling, and now it's progressed into artificial intelligence, and he brings it to life in NinjaTrader language. He's an expert. He has a master's degree in computer science. Trust me on this. He is an expert on the computers, the best I've ever seen. And then we have the leader of our team, the owner of Right Line Trading, is Mr. Mark Miller. I do want to give Sergio credit on his credentials. He also has a master's degree in computer science. Mark Miller is the owner of Right Line Trading, and man, this guy, he's such a likable guy. You can't help but like him. His enthusiasm is contagious, and he's really a great guy. He's a man of God. He has his MBA from Cal State. His background, his expertise is in automation and robotics. This is the primary purpose, his reason for purchasing Right Line Trading. He saw Mark Sachs had a beautiful foundation of indicators, all based on mathematical modeling. Well, he wanted to automate it and use artificial intelligence. So he is a U.S. Army vet. I always like to mention that because he has brought and instilled those core military values into everything we do here at Right Line Trading. And what I'm talking about here is the most important things. It's honesty, transparency, integrity, and good old-fashioned hard work. If everything we do here at Right Line Trading does not meet those values, they are eliminated immediately. I guarantee it. And that's what I love about Mark. So a little bit about the voice that you hear behind the screen here. My name's Rory Powers. I'm a graduate of Syracuse University. I'm originally from South Florida, born and raised in Miami. And my friends, they thought I was nuts. You know, they said, well, you're going to school in Syracuse? Are you crazy? I said, why? What's wrong with Syracuse? I always wanted to go to New York. You know, I was always a Yankees fan. They said, man, it gets cold up there. And, you know, I didn't know that what they were saying, how true it was. It was a real shock, let me tell you. You know, we went for months without seeing the sun. But anyway, I reside down here in South Florida. My passion, other than trading the financial markets, is saltwater fishing. I'm a stone's throw away from the Florida Keys. On a recent fishing trip, this is Mark Miller, the owner of Right Line, and Sergio Luque over here. We took a fishing trip down in the Keys and caught some beautiful. This is a king mackerel, a kingfish, a grouper, some tilefish, and some yellowtail snappers. And when we got back to the dock, we brought the fish right over here into this restaurant in the background, and they cooked up the most delicious, freshest fish you've ever had in your life. But I've got to say that my prize catch, the catch of a lifetime, was my beautiful bride, Christelle, a beautiful Haitian American. She is a half marathon runner. This girl can run, let me tell you. Me, I'm a little out of shape. That's why I said it's a miracle I caught up to her. But she can run like the wind. And a beautiful, God-fearing woman, good, strong Christian woman with great values, a great head on her shoulders. And she provided me, she gave me, blessed me, God blessed us with these two beautiful girls. I have a 2-year-old, a 6-year-old. My 6-year-old just graduated kindergarten yesterday. So we're so excited about that. So let's go ahead. Let's get it going. The genesis of the AI auto trader was our lack of consistency as traders. You see, I failed to mention that I've been a part of Right Line Trading. I've been answering the phones here. I'm going into my 12th year now. I've been here 12 years. And, you know, most of you that I see in attendance who've been here with us for a while, I've had the pleasure of becoming friends with you and speaking to you on the phone. And really, when you come aboard here, it's important to know that it's really the beginning of a relationship. We like to believe it's going to be a long-term, profitable endeavor, and we want it to be a win-win relationship and also a long-term relationship. Unlike those forex guys that Marcia got caught up with, but I have the pleasure of answering the phones here. So I know firsthand, not only from being a trader, but that we all share, and it's important that you know this, we all share the same core issues in being the lack of consistency in our trading. And the lack of consistency comes from a couple of core reasons that I'm going to just briefly outline. But I want to just kind of give you my interpretation of this slide because it happens to be my favorite slide of the entire presentation. You see, this slide, this nice woman in my slide, she's a very professional, looks like conservative woman, the way she's dressed in her business suit. I don't see any visible, jewelry or tattoos. And what my interpretation of this slide is over the course of the last several months or weeks, she's seen the equity in her trading account slowly dwindle down to nothing. And she has reached a boiling point. Okay. This has been festering. This isn't something that just happened today. This has been something that's been growing inside of her. Where today now it has reached a boiling point where she's absolutely convinced that there's a conspiracy. There's a conspiracy. It must be, who knows, the market makers, the brokers, but they're conspiring to drain her trading account. It's got to be rigged because every time she gets in a trade, not soon later, they've got her stop and they've taken her money again. So she is ready now. She's resorted to the sledgehammer. Ever been there? The sledgehammer. And she's going to smash that computer monitor to smithereens because she has had it. And that was the genesis of this AI auto trader. It's really been our commitment here at Right Line Trading to bring that to an end, that frustration, that lack of consistency. We want to provide you with a tool that gives you an edge and gives you a pathway to consistent profits. We've all experienced those problems with lack of consistency, and just to mention a few, we've bought indicators that just don't work. Mark used to say, I got seduced. He listened to the presentation and it made so much sense and it looked beautiful. But then when he got it, it just didn't work. He got seduced. He bought something that just didn't work. But the number one most common issue that we all face is our human emotions. It's our human personality traits, these ingrained emotional personalities that we have. There was a study done, a gentleman by the name of Christopher Mullen did a study, and he looked at core personality traits that we all share as humans and whether or not it lends well to being a good disciplined trader. He found that there was about 10 of these personality traits that we all share to a certain degree of each one. Some of us are analytical, some of us are emotional, some of us are drivers, and we all share to a certain degree a small percentage of each one of these traits, some larger than others. And during the course of his study, what he found was that maybe one or two tops of these core personality traits that we all share, just one or two of them lend well to being a good disciplined trader. Someone that can kind of channel out all of the outside noise going on in their life and going on in the trading charts and they're not going to listen to the talking heads or what their own opinions or their own biases are. They're going to rely strictly on the technicals and channel everything else out and put themselves in the zone, is what I like to call it. And if they're taking heat, they don't flinch. And if the trade is going in their direction, they let the trade mature and they don't squeeze their stop or take profits early. They're just very disciplined and they do not react based on emotions. All of their decisions are data driven or by the technicals. That's how they do their decision making process. Someone like me, unfortunately, and I've spoken to a lot of you, and I know you share the same issues. We're just not. We haven't been given that God-given talent. I liken it to somebody like Michael Jordan. You think of Michael Jordan, he's a natural. This guy is given God-given talent that he could, be performing in front of a crowd of 30,000 people live, millions on television, a world title on the line, a championship, and probably a side bet of $1 million, knowing Michael Jordan. But he's able to channel all of that out. And he would say it himself. He saw the basket and it was 5 times bigger than what it really was in real life. And he could just put the ball through it. And it was it was very simple. It was simple for him. It came natural. So that's been the biggest problem with us as traders are these emotional human emotions and errors that we make. And what does it do? It leads to blowing out our accounts. I can't tell you how many accounts I've blown out. And I've spoken to you guys too. I know you have too. And I never point the finger at anybody. I put myself as the one that blows out the accounts because I am guilty as charged. I used to go to bed at night, and it's the God's honest truth. I'd go to bed at night talking to myself because I blew out another account. I might have strung together a good week or a few good days, or maybe even a few times a few good weeks, but it always reverted back to blowing that trading account out. And listen, the very definition of insanity is to continue to do the same thing and expect something different. And these AI, these automated bots, were my solution and have been my solution to getting consistent profits. So let's get on with the show. We've narrowed it down to 2 things that we believe are going to create trading success. Number 1, we've got to have a proper tool set. We want to have a trading system that's more technologically advanced, that's more powerful, that's going to provide us an edge over all of our competitors. Number 2, because we suffer from these human emotions, we want software that can automatically get us in and get us out at the most opportune and ideal times, where risk is at its lowest and the probability of getting a winning trade is at its absolute highest. And that's the AI Auto Trader. The benefits from using our system, first, just to lay a little foundation, the AI Auto Trader runs on NinjaTrader 8. It's a powerhouse. It's a juggernaut for futures traders. NinjaTrader 8 is an extremely powerful platform. Whether you trade a prop account or you trade a live account, NinjaTrader 8 is the account that it will be traded on to use this AI Auto Trader. The main benefits is it eliminates all of these human errors. You could be a complete newbie, like Marcia was, and come to the table, enable these strategies, and trade like a pro. Okay, it's really an incredible system. What makes it incredible is these artificial intelligence. I've been here a long time, and I've seen a lot of strategies that we've done in the past. And I've had a lot of you call me and a lot of members call me over these last few years. And they say, Rory, what do you think it is? Why do you think you guys are having so much success now? And they said this because in the past, we had bots like everybody else. They overtraded, they pull in too many losers. These are some of the biggest complaints with automated bots. They go stale. It's a very news-driven market. We can go from a ranging, choppy market to a market that's trending on the drop of a news report or a tweet or a geopolitical incident overseas. Who knows what it is? But the market can change rapidly. So with this AI integration, it's going to put your stop and your profit targets in the perfect place. It's going to manage the positions for you. And if you're a prop trader, stick around. Not only do these bots trade live accounts, but we've got some prop trading templates that will trade your prop accounts like a professional. So the technology that we're leveraging is this artificial intelligence. And listen, if you've lived under a rock for the last year or so, let me bring it to your attention. We happen to be in what I like to refer to as an AI revolution. The likes of which some people compare it to the invention of the wheel, the automobile, of that significance. But we've seen over the last year that artificial intelligence is working its way into just about every facet of our economy, every sector. Entertainment and media, energy, agriculture, education, transportation, and logistics. Listen, number 2 on the list is finance. It's important to know that AI powered trading systems that use predictive analytics are used by 95% of large institutions. Those are hedge funds and investment firms. They're not playing around clicking their mouse. They've got high powered artificial intelligence bots that are doing the trading for them. But it's also interesting to know that the number 1 sector is healthcare. Number 2 is finance. Number 2 is healthcare, which to me is very exciting because our dream is to seek some cures for these diseases. But anyway, so this machine learning pattern recognition is one of them. We have software that will. The market is very symmetrical throughout the trading session. There's certain candlestick patterns that repeat themselves. So we have a candlestick pattern recognition component. When the software recognizes certain candlestick patterns, it will react. It'll take you out of a trade, lock in profits, and so forth, depending on what it's learned about that candlestick pattern. We also have a system that is going to look at the average true range of the market. It's going to adjust your stop and your profit targets dynamically. What do I mean by dynamically? I mean automatically. I mean without any of your input, without you having to go in and adjust and optimize and get your hands and your have to roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty and do a bunch of optimization. All of that's eliminated now. And we have a system that's going to optimize itself. And it's going to optimize itself, it's important to know, as fast and accurate as a calculator. And I kid you not. Very complex mathematical equations it can do in milliseconds to determine where the ideal place is to put your stop and your profit target. It also dynamically or automatically changes the trading session hours that your bot is going to trade. If it knows historically that it does poorly between, let's say, lunchtime, 11 and 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, it's not going to trade during those times. It's only going to trade during the times of the day that historically it does the best. Okay, so we have some really great ways to filter out our losing trades, which is really our mandate as software developers. Single signal confirmation. These bots have, 3 different triggers that they use. This system is very advanced. It'll learn which of these triggers does the best and when it does the best. And those are the signals that it will take. So This is an illustration of the strategy itself. I always like to show what I'm talking about. Um, this is our control center. What this is showing us here is the candlestick pattern recognition. If I go to my strategies and I select a new strategy, and I'm going to select under my available the AI Auto Trader. Now, one of the components is the way our technology works is we have for each one of our bots, we have a very diversified portfolio of very liquid instruments. We're trading the NASDAQ futures. These are all futures instruments. They're first the indices, the indexes. We have the NASDAQ and the S&P 500. The bid-ask spread, there's maybe a tick difference. These are extremely liquid instruments that we have very low latency. So we're able to get in and out. But one of the ways that this artificial intelligence works is the drone is the one that these bots and drones run in tandem with one another. Each one of our bots has what we call a drone on a number of different instruments. The drone is going to trade 23 hours out of the day. It's going to trade through the London session, the Asian, first the Asian Open, then the London Open, and then the New York Stock Exchange Open. And then we have our session break. And what it's going to do is it's going to tell the bot, because they're sharing a database, what times of the day that it performs the best. And it will automatically put in the hours of the day that the drone does the best. So your bot is only trading the optimal times. You don't have to do anything. For the trade management, we've got, listen, I'm telling you, we have some of the most clever ways to lock in profits. But before I go there, let me just show you the candlestick pattern recognition. One way we're leveraging it is if we're in a long trade and we have an ambitious profit target, it's always nice to get a home run. But sometimes the market won't give us a home run and it's only giving singles, right? Well, we could still have an ambitious profit target, and we have more than one way to get out of these trades with profits without going the full excursion. Okay, there's more than one way to skin the cat. One way is we look for these candlestick patterns. If we're in a long trade, all of a sudden we get a big, ugly, bearish engulfing candle. Well, the system's going to exit and take profits. We have your standard trailing stop. If we have a profit target of 100 ticks and our stop loss is 10 and we want to trail it by 10 ticks, we could trail it just a regular trailing stop by 10 ticks. Or if we want to give the trade a little more room, we have a break even. Maybe at 30 ticks, we want our stop to go to break even. But we don't want to just go to break even. We want to go to break even plus 10. And we want to lock in 10 ticks of profit once we get 30 ticks in our direction. And then we have what we call our profit window. See, we're locking in different legs of profits as the trade matures. If I put my profit window at 20, what that means is my profit target's 100. Once I'm 20 ticks from my profit goal, which is plus 80 on this example, my stop is going to fly up to 20 ticks behind price or plus 60. And it's going to lock in 60 ticks of profit. So now I've taken a trade and I've locked in 2 legs of profit and I'm risking only 1 contract. So we have extremely clever ways to manage these positions with a trade management strategy that's hard-coded directly into the strategy itself. Okay, our competitors are not doing that. This is something unique of right line trading. So this is really what's our secret sauce of why we're doing so well. So that artificial intelligence, these are the ways that we're leveraging it. This is just an illustration, and I'm going to show you some real life ones. What this illustration is my drone is running throughout the entire trading session. On my bottom column of my graph on the y-axis is the half hour of the day. On the x-axis is the profit and loss. So it's showing you at 8:30 to 11, it does very well. But what happens at 11 is the big shots go to lunch and they take a long lunch break, and then the market, the bot can't get a winning trade. And then towards the closing bell, they get back from their lunch break and boom, and they want to close the last hour of the day and get their positions filled, take their profits for the day. So what is it telling the bot to do? It's telling the bot to trade only during those times of the day that the drone did well. And all of this gets filtered out. And listen, when we went into that collaboration with the AI development lab, they said, what this AI does is it makes the output that much more efficient. Your output becomes more efficient. So we're taking less trades, we're filtering out the losers, and we're making more money. It's a much more efficient output, more profitable output. So when it comes to automated bots, listen, it really boils down to performance, right? And I always say, what have you done for me lately? So let's go through the performance. And this is really what we're most proud of. We have some bots. Most companies, I think if they had one, really anybody, I shouldn't say most companies, if anybody has one strategy that works, that's really all you need, right? You don't need much more than that. We are blessed. We have 3 or 4 that are just doing numbers like we've never seen before. We have a bot that runs on the E-mini. The E-mini is the S&P 500. It's running on the ES on a 30 range. 30 range is the time frame that it's running on. This is a bot that one of our members, Robert, who's a professional, he's in that spectrum of experience levels. He's at the far right. Not politically, but experience-wise, the far right of the spectrum. He's a professional trader. He trades full time. He optimized this template for us, and he made 60,000 over the course of 6 months. Between March 1st and April 28th, the end of April, we were up 15,000. 15,000 trading one contract. Hello, one contract. That's after commissions. Somebody always asks me. It's important to know. I've seen these presentations other vendors do. And they'll show you a back test. They'll show you a strategy analyzer. It's important to know these are actual trades taken on a live market. This is not a strategy analyzer, which are very, very unreliable. Trust me on that. This is $15,427 trades taken on a live market on our ES30 range. Well, what have you done for me lately is what I always say. Let's look. In the month of May, our ES30 Starbot from May 1st to today, May 23rd, we're up just under $5,000. That's trading one contract. So that's what you've done for me lately. Thank you. It's always nice, to see something that did well a month or 2 ago. But I want to see, how did you do for me this week? Right? So this ES30 range continues to be one of our most powerful bots. So that's the ES30R. Then we have our ESVW. This bot is amazing. This is a template that we shared with our community that is similar to the 30 range. We have really 3 bots running on the ES that are doing incredible. This Volkswagen, though, from March 10th to April 30th is up $22,000. My goodness gracious. That's with one contract. One contract. What have you done for me lately? The ESVW is up $86.70 this month. This month, where is it? Right here. SimVW from May 1st to May 22nd. Max drawdown $15.79. Look at the analysis on this. Isn't that beautiful? If we look at it at the half hour of the day at 10 a.m., for some reason, it's like clockwork. Every day at 10 a.m., this ES catches a reversal and gets a monster winner. It's uncanny. But that's when it starts trading. It's ready every morning to kick in at 10 and catch that morning reversal on the E-mini. And it's made its living with that trade. $8,600 after commissions on that ESVW. And then we have our power play. Our power play, this is my go-to strategy for prop traders, whether you're trading a funded account or a live account. We have these bots that I'm highlighting today. These ES30 range bots are great for live accounts or prop accounts. The power play is my personal favorite. The NASDAQ, if you've ever traded, if you're able to stay away from it, God bless you. I mean, it's just so much fun to trade because it's so fast. You know, I think of it as like a beautiful, a luxury Italian sports car, like a Lamborghini or a Maserati. You know, it's fast and it's sexy. The NASDAQ, you know, it's like a fast market. You can make a lot of money very quickly, and it's very fun to trade. It's a lot of fun to trade. But it can be a double-edged sword, of course. But anyway, the 30 range power play, man, this bot from March 1st to April 30th, it made $6,550. That's just trading one contract. Now, what have you done for me lately on the power play? Take a look at this. Unreal. I've been trading the power play now since January 15th and to today. And this is on all funded live accounts. These are not, back tests or BS. These are all on my PA accounts. Wait. Here it is. Now, there's nothing there. And I'm going to click generate. So you know this isn't a smoke and mirror show. Let's give it a second. But what it's going to show you is that over the course of these last 4 months, that I was able to achieve $30,000 in profits across these funded accounts. I have never in my trading career been able to string together 4 months and being up $30,000. What I love about it so much is it has very small drawdown. We do a very, it's very conservative. We look to make between $250 to $500 a day. And on the average, we do it 4 out of 5 days, 80% of the time. And we look to make $250 to $500 a day. Once we reach it, we stop trading, period. We do not take another trade. If we take 2 losers and we're down, each loser is $300. If we take 2 straight losers, and it happens occasionally, not often, but it's $600 and we stop right then and there. But using those simple rules of capital preservation and risk to reward, we were able to make on these 3 funded accounts $30,000 since January. Amazing. And automatically it all conforms, if you're trading a prop account, to the rules that those prop firms put in front of us. Will automatically conform to it. So that's what the power play has done for me lately. I like to refer to these bots as prop trading on steroids. It's a special weekend. It's Memorial Day. Mark, the owner of Right Line Trading, is a veteran, and he holds veterans in really the highest regard. So we're going to do something special for Memorial Day. Not only are we going to include all of our prop trading templates, and what I mean by all of them, you see the prop trading firms have 2 stages. They have the evaluations, and once you pass your evaluation, then they have the funded accounts. We have for the evaluations what we call our 1-day pass. Well, you know what? I forgot my video. Let me show you very briefly. It's a short video, I assure you. I'm not going to play you have the 10-minute video. This was this morning. This is the power play strategy, and this will give you the spirit of it. Let me set up the video. What the video is going to show is that I'm using a trade copier. The market has just opened. It's 9:32. You see, the spirit of this strategy is to wait until right after the market is opened at 9:32. At 9:32, it looks for an alignment of trend between my 20 Unirenko, which is this chart here. That's my higher time frame, and my 30 range. My 30 range is my shorter time frame, and that's the one I'm executing the trade on. I shouldn't say I am, the bot is. The bot is taking all these trades. So the spirit of the strategy is once they come into sync, and for a long trade, they both have to be above the 50. My 50 is that line, the moving average. It's green right here. Over here it was green, now it's just turning red. And keep in mind, if you follow the market, last night we had a huge move down, a huge leg down. I accidentally answered the phone. A huge leg down. And so, you know, the market doesn't like those gaps. It took a gap down. It wanted to fill in the gap, and it was popping to the upside at the market open. So I'm going to play the tape. We've got the power play automated strategy enabled on this chart on the right. Okay. And I have on my trade copier 6 different prop accounts all connected. Okay. So let's play the tape. Okay, here we go. So when my 30 range comes above my 50, it pops me in. It pops me in on the long trade. It's copied across 6 accounts simultaneously. And what I'm wanting this trade to do is mature to the upside. This is my profit target. Once it becomes within 25 ticks of my profit target, my stop is going to fly up to plus 75. That's what we call our profit window. So in just a moment, you see now, price came within 25 ticks of my profit target. At that point, my stop has locked in 50 ticks of profit. So worst case scenario at that moment, I'm going to make 250 on the trade if it comes back and hits my stop. I still make 250 across each account. However, if the trade continues and follows through into my profit target, it gets 100 ticks or $500 across all of my accounts. So, and in this case, it goes through our profit target, and it got us a full winner of $500 across each one of our 6 accounts. And this is the trade that we take right in the beginning of the market open, when we've got a really great volume, good volatility, and we have an alignment of trend between our 20 Unirenko and our 30 range. That's the one that has given us this equity curve that I showed you a few minutes prior, $30,500 trading that strategy, all live on YouTube. Okay, it's all live on YouTube. So we're going to be including the prop trading templates as part of our Memorial Day special. Normally it's a $1,699 add-on. This weekend for Memorial Day, it will be included free of charge with the whole portfolio. To give you an idea of what the one-day pass is, very briefly, these are bots that their sole purpose is to pass an evaluation. They'll take the maximum number of contracts allowed by the prop firm and go the minimum amount of ticks in order to pass the threshold of the evaluation, the profit goal. And in that one trade, you'll either pass or you'll fail. And we have some one-day passes that are doing extremely well. Remember, I told you I answer the phones here. My slide says 50%. I'm going to under-promise this. I'm going to over-deliver. I want you to call me and say thank you. But I'm going to call it 33%. So for every 3 evals that you buy, you're going to get 1 funded account. Now, remember, this is trading. You could lose all 3. It's important to know. Or you could win all 3. But statistically, I feel comfortable in my own skin telling you that you're going to probably pass 1 out of 3 of them. Okay. So I know my slide says 50%, but that's how I feel on the 1-day passes. They're a great tool to take away all the blood, sweat, and tears of going through an eval. And they can be very time consuming. You can put 5 or 10 on a trade copier and get 5 or 10 funded accounts in 1 day. And that's the end of it. So then we go to our PA accounts where we pivot to a much more conservative strategy. We're going to go with our power play or one of those ES bots. And those are the ones that we trade on our funded accounts, either the power play or those ES30 range bots. If you're trading a live or funded accounts, those are the ones that the data is telling us to trade. It's not me who's recommending it. I'm just going by the performance. That's it. And all of our decisions are performance-based decisions. They're all decisions that are data-driven. We're not, guessing here. We're just going by the numbers. So the ES on the 30 range or this power play, the NASDAQ on the 30 range, those are our 1-2 punches for your live accounts. If you do trade prop accounts, a very common question is, hey, can I get a payout? The answer is yes. And it's a valid concern because, listen, let's be honest with ourselves. The prop firms, their number one goal is to sell you evaluations and have you pay activation fees. It's not to pay out. It's not to give you a payout. That's not how they make money. They make money by us paying for evals and activation fees. That's the only way they're making money. So they'd rather you lose, to be honest. It's harsh, but it's the truth. So what do they do in order to make us lose? Their number one way for us to lose is they give us the consistency rule, right? Apex 3.0, they got 2 consistency rules there to put a roadblock in front of our payouts. Well, with this power play strategy, we've got a game changer with the way that we're trading it. You see, and I don't want to go into the minutia of their rules, but they have a 30% consistency rule that our power play strategy, the way that we manage it, it's going to automatically conform to their rules to get you payouts. I'm well within the payout range on 3 of my funded accounts, but I'm building it up. My old coach told me, when you're in the end zone, don't celebrate like you've never been there before. It's the same thing with this trading. I can take a payout anytime, but why? I'm not in a big rush. I don't need the money to pay my mortgage. I have a cushion there now, and I have something that's working. And what I'm going for is I want to be able to scale up. I want to have a cushion where I could trade 2 and maybe 3 contracts, start with 2 and then go to 3, and really see that equity curve increase exponentially. So I do have a plan. There is a method behind my madness. But do these conform to the prop firm rules? Yes. Will you get payouts? Well, if you follow just what we do on YouTube, yeah, you will. Nothing's guaranteed in trading. We're having a lot of our members being extremely profitable trading these bots. It's not just me. We have Steve. He was trading the NQ Scalper. Sued with the NQ Scalper, also made over $8,000 one day. These are bots, very powerful bots that have the ability to put up numbers like you've never knew were possible. We have traders from all over the world. It's always a concern if you live in the UK or Australia or overseas. Listen, our bots are hard coded in Eastern time. It's important to know. So you don't have to make any type of adjustments with the bot parameters out of the box. Regardless of where you are in the country or the world, you don't have to change a thing. Out of the box, they're going to run perfectly. Simon is a perfect example from the UK. Showed us in Discord that he made over $16,000 in profits in a single session. Limit Up, another example, another member doing extremely well. Another Steve, one of my favorite members, Ron Nettles, Vietnam vet, made 10 grand on our gold bot. We've got some bots on gold. And let me tell you, gold with this administration, the only thing for certain is the uncertainty, right? He starts talking tariffs, and all of a sudden the market's crashing again, and then he takes them off, and the market's flying again. Well, listen, us as humans hate it. These bots are loving it. Man, these bots are in heaven with this environment. They love the volatility. So this administration has been a godsend for these automated bots. So gold, man, when that gold gets hot, Ron Nettles made 10 grand in one session. Take Profit, Suzanne. Suzanne, listen, she's one of our long-time members, long-term. She's been when we first started, and she's extremely active in our Discord community. She's very willing to give a helping hand. She trades all the prop firms. She's familiar with them all. And she knows our bots inside and out and trades with tremendous success. So here it is. Here's our Memorial Day special. Memorial Day special. I went a little overtime. Okay, here it is, guys. This is the best. Okay, let me tell you. This is the best price that you'll have on the AI auto. I assure you of that. And what we're doing this weekend is these pricings. It's important to know all include, I refer to it as the full Monty. What I mean by the full Monty is it includes all of the chart templates. You're going to get beautiful, absolutely beautiful chart templates that give you the ability to trade on a discretionary basis. We have indicators that provide you with absolutely beautiful signals for entry. You'll get the chart templates. If you want to take a discretionary trade, that's always an option that's available to you. If you want to see the trades, these bots, once they execute a trade, you'll see it right on your chart. You'll see the stop and profit target. So it includes all of the chart templates, all of the strategy templates, and all of the prop trading templates, those one-day passes, those PA account templates, that $16.99 value, it's all included for Memorial Day for free. And now listen, we're doing this site-wide. It's not just the AI Auto Trader. But let me stick to the AI, and then I'll get into the site-wide. The AI Auto Trader, the full Monty, we're doing something special on the lifetime. Okay, first, for the monthly and the annual, we're going to do our 50% discount, which is a very nice savings. The monthly normally is $11.98. For our Memorial Day sale, we're doing it for half price. It's $5.99. Now, it's important to know, if we ever come out with new strategies on this AI system, you're going to get all future updates at no additional charge, okay? If you're not very proficient at NinjaTrader, don't let that fear hold you back. We're going to get on your screen and set everything up for you. The only thing left to do is enable the strategy by doing a check mark, clicking a box, and it does everything for you. The annual membership is half off. And normally it's $29.98. For Memorial Day, it's $14.99. What a great value. Let me tell you something. If you divide the 12 months of the year into that $14.99, it comes out to about $120 a month. $120 a month. You're going to have the full portfolio of strategies. You're going to trade it with us every morning live on YouTube. You're going to have your own customer service technician for the entire lifetime of your membership that's going to be on call to help you. And you're going to be part of our community. We do live training every week. We have a very interactive community of traders, and you're going to trade a system, let me tell you, that technologically is more powerful than our competitors by a long shot. The best value, give me a second. The best value is our lifetime membership. The lifetime membership normally is $49.99. Check this out. What we're doing is not only are we taking 50% off, and once that coupon code is applied automatically at checkout, if you enter a second coupon code at checkout, this is only for the one-time payment, and this is going to be good across all of our software and all of our products. For the one-time license, one-time payment, if you're somebody that just doesn't like subscriptions and you don't want a recurring charge, obviously the best value is to pay it off in one payment and you own it for life. Well, use coupon code $500 discount. $500 discount. And it's going to take, it's going to go from, once the 50% gets applied to this, it goes to $24.99. Then you put in a second coupon code, $500 discount, and it's going to go to $19.99. $19.99. Let me see if I could do it one time with you. Let me go to our website. And this is going to be site-wide on all of our trading systems. So we're going to the AI Auto Trader. Let me back up. Let me not go so fast. This is at rightlinetrading.com. Under Trading Systems, the second one over is the AI Auto Trader. That's the one we're talking about today. If I click on Learn More, and then the Get Your AI Auto Trader today, it's going to take you right here to our Memorial Day weekend sale. And you can see this should be $19.99, but I'm going to show you how it works. If you click on Sign Up, it should go to $24.99, which it did. Now, I'm going to come up here, and I'm going to put another coupon code. If you don't see this, just click here. Click here to enter your code. And this will open up. And then I'm going to put $500 discount. And I'm going to apply that coupon. And now it's going to take an additional $500 off, and you're going to pay $19.99. And that's a lifetime license for this AI Auto. We do accept PayPal at checkout. If you select PayPal, you could do a PayPal credit or PayPal later is what they call it, PayPal later. Why pay now if you could pay later, right? It's interest-free. They'll split it over 4 or 6 months, and you can pay it in payments using PayPal credit, or you can use a credit card, whatever you prefer. But it's, let me tell you, that is the sale of the year right there. $19.99 lifetime on the AI Auto. Now listen, I am going to get to the questions in just a moment. If I don't get to your question, please put your name and your number in the chat box. If you have a question, if you'd like to speak to me after the event, I want to be able to answer all your questions to the best of my ability. And if you'll put your name and your number, only I can see it. That's important to know. You're not going to get a bunch of weird calls. Um, this special offer does come with VIP support. Having good customer support is so important. I told you about Marcia's horror story. She's not alone. Um, there's many people, many vendors that just don't offer much very good support. You're kind of left high and dry once you place your order. I'm going to show you on Trustpilot some of the reviews that we get regarding our products and our customer service. Now, with exception to Dean Hanley, if you don't know the backstory on Dean Hanley, he's somebody that makes his living on trashing other vendors. He's a competitor. So you have to say, notice that out of 123 reviews, he's one of the very rare 1-stars. But we have excellent reviews. We're rated a 4.6 out of 5. There's always going to be people like Dean that will prevent us from having a 5.0. But you can come here and you could see what the majority of our members' experience has been with our company. And I think that you'll find that the vast majority rave not only about our products and services, but also about our customer service. So important, customer service. And we are going to invite you, if you've never seen these bots perform on a live market, I mentioned at the very beginning that we trade the system live on YouTube every morning. If you go to YouTube and on YouTube, in order to find Right Line Trading, you would just type in the search of YouTube, Right Line Trading, and go to this one here, which is our channel. And you'll see our logo, click on our channel, and go to the live tab. There's a tab that says live. And every morning at 9:15, God willing, you'll see that we have a live stream coming. Somebody on our team, normally I do the AI system, and David Wise will do the options trading with the SPY Super System. But we've memorialized all of the live streams that we've done. And Monday through Friday, you're always welcome to come in the morning and jump in and check out our live streams on our YouTube channel. That's the transparency that I was talking about. Last couple of tidbits that I wanted to mention is in YouTube, I always speak with members that have had bad experience. Marcia is one of them. She had the bad experience with the Forex. Some of us have bought bots from other vendors that just didn't work. I want you to know that it doesn't mean that all bots are bad. That's not the case. In fact, one of our members, his name is Gary, was one of, somebody that was interested in our product, was in YouTube and just asking him what his experience was. And what Gary told him, he says, listen, I'm, usually a very quiet member, but I have to give credit where it's due. There's a learning curve, but once you get it, it's the best. And he's referring to RLT. He has losses, but they're contained. He has more winners than losers. And his last comment is really, I think, a great testament to where we stand versus our competitors. Gary mentions that he's bought in bots from a number of our competitors. And what he's found in his own personal experience was that Right Line Trading's bots were superior to those other vendors that he had purchased from. And he's not the only one to say that. We've gotten that from a lot of our members. But I really think that really speaks volumes. So let me just take a quick look at the questions. Hey, Sean. Yeah, me neither. I really want to get with you, and I'm going to contact you when I'm done. Rudy, Rudy asked the difference between the iBot and the AI Auto Trader. The difference, Rudy, is the trigger. The trigger. The iBot requires a connection to the kinetic data feed. It requires a connection to the kinetic data feed. Why? Because what it's doing is it's streaming the market internals, and it's looking at a disparity between uptick versus downtick right off of the stock market. It requires an additional subscription of $78 a month in order to run the iBots. Other than that, they're almost identical. They both leverage the same technology. Okay? They're both very good systems. Now, I just want to take a minute here. That's the only question I see for now. Listen, if you have a question, don't be shy. Put your name and your number in, and I will give you a call to the best of my ability. I will try to answer all your questions. We've got some really special offer for Memorial Day. And I had shown the website, and I just also want to mention that it's not just the AI Auto Trader. You know, as we head into the weekend, I just want to take a moment to acknowledge that Monday is Memorial Day here in the United States. It's a day of remembrance for who? For those that gave their lives, the ultimate sacrifice and service to our country. My goodness, the ultimate sacrifice. They gave their own lives, really, so we can have the freedoms that we enjoy. So it's really a day of celebration that we show our gratitude to those that didn't make it home alive. And listen, I think the Memorial Day is memorializing our veterans, but it's really not. Also, I think that there's others that also need to be recognized, like their families and others that make extremely significant sacrifices. That spiritually, that's very healthy. So we're going to be providing discounts to all of our trading systems. When you go to our website, it's going to be the same coupon code that $500 discount. You'll use at checkout. When you initially sign up, it will automatically take 50% off the lifetime payments, the one-time payments. After you're at the checkout form, you put in that second coupon code of $500 discount, and you're going to get an additional $500 off any one of our trading systems. It's for the SPY Super System, the Money Flow Tracker. It makes no difference. We're knocking $500 off whichever system it is that you're interested in. So it's going to drop the price down on the SPY Super System, the same price as the annual. Really nice discount. Srini asks, I see your question too, Rudy. Srini asks, what constitutes a learning curve? Srini, keep in mind, it's going to be significantly shorter. Okay. Normally, when you get a new system, there's a learning curve because it's all brand new. But remember, this is an automated bot. So the learning curve is primarily with learning the nuances of the NinjaTrader platform, how to enable the strategy, how to roll the contract, how to switch my SIM account to my live account. If you're proficient at Ninja, the learning curve is minuscule. if you're not proficient at NinjaTrader, just to learn the basics, like how to roll my contracts, how to change my account. And we have, listen, we have tutorials that show you this. We have, in fact, we have a user's manual. I got to brag about it. We have a user's manual like I've never seen. One of our members, Michael H., who's also a veteran, thanks for your service, um, gave us an illustrated user's guide, which reminds me to show you the Discord chat. In our Discord chat, so Srini, let me just finish my thought. The learning curve is very short. I would say give yourself a couple of weeks, 30 days tops. 30 days tops. In 30 days of, and now listen, you got to give it the full, give it the full effort. What I mean by that learning curve of 2 weeks to 30 days is what's expected of for the best practices to get the best results. This is what I would recommend doing. Number one, come and join us for an hour on YouTube each morning and see how we use it to make money. Okay? That's going to help tremendously. Number two, on Wednesday, we have a live onboarding in our Discord chat. We do it every Wednesday. In our Discord, we have these training videos. We have 2 masterclass modules, 1 and 2. And we have recordings of the other onboarding. Watch the tutorial videos in your first few weeks. We have a user guide. If I click on this link here to the user guide, it's going to show you the most beautiful user guide I think you've ever seen. Really. It has a table of contents. From the moment you click the button to place your order, it has instructions of how to get into Discord, into how to trade this thing, and use every component of it. It's just an incredible user's manual. So we have it both in writing and videos. So during those first few weeks, Srini, familiarize yourself with the user's manual, with the training tutorials. Join us on YouTube for an hour each day and let the bots run, period. Let them trade. And we're going to get together on a screen share. We're going to go over the results, and we're going to go over our methodology, and I'm going to answer, or someone on our team is going to answer all your questions, and you're going to be ready to rock and roll. Okay. Is there, Mr. Berman asks, or Mr. or Mrs. Berman, S. Berman asks, is there a trial period? Yes, the trial period is the monthly. The trial period is either joining us on YouTube and watching it live and seeing it on a live market, or to subscribe to the monthly. That's what we consider the trial. Rudy asks, okay, so let me finish with Srini's question. I answered the difference between the iBot and the AI. How long have these bots been vetted on real market trades? Great question. Remember, what I've showed you today, Srini, is really the evolution of 14 years of software development, okay? This is a system that has evolved over 14 years. On our YouTube channel, if you go back to the beginning, okay, kind of like in Genesis chapter 1, if you go back to the beginning, you'll see the same core indicators that Right Line Trading had, and we started with our first automated trading system that were the beginning stages of what we've come to today. Specifically with this technology, the integration with AI, which has been the game changer. I've got to tell you that. It's been about 2.5 years now, but we were using the same, parameters and conditions and triggers we've been using for a decade. So this is the product of over a decade of an optimization process that continues to this day. That's how long they've been vetted on a live market, Srini. Is there a material difference in their performance stats? There is, Rudy. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Absolutely. We've kissed a lot of frogs. Believe me, it would blow your mind. Our recycle bin has been recycled a dozen times. We have 1,000 bots that we've had to dump. That's why I was saying earlier, if you find one that's profitable, you're very fortunate. Very fortunate. It's really all you need. We're spoiled. We're spoiled because we have 3 or 4 of them that on any given day have the potential to make a lot of money, and they do it often. Srini, the learning curve involves, like I said, I've told you the bots that are performing the best, and we share that information with you. Okay. You're going to trade the bots that are performing the best. We're going to show you, we're going to build a leaderboard for you. What I showed a little earlier when I brought over my control center was my leaderboard. We're going to build a leaderboard for you. Let me bring over my control center. Where is it? Hold on, my monitor's in the way. Here it is. We have what we call a leaderboard. And we're going to build a leaderboard on your workspace. This was my leaderboard from today. And this shows you this is the extreme of what have you done for me lately. These are the bots what they did today. And via a trade copier, whether you're trading a prop account or a live account, we're going to trade the bots, either that ES30 or that power play trade that we do every morning. And you're going to have to learn how to put it on your live account. You're going to have to learn how to enable the strategy. It's in our onboarding class on Wednesday. Over here is where you enable them. We show you how to enable them. We show you how to go into the parameters of them and edit them and change the account. If you want to go from a SIM account to a live account, you scroll down to your account and it's going to be in the drop down, and you scroll and you put your live account in. So just the basics is what your learning curve consists of, Srini. It's not rocket. It's not brain surgery. Great question, Mr. G. Akorfa, great question. Akorfa asks, can I adjust the profit target up from 500 a day to 5,000 a day? You must be the one I spoke to yesterday. No? I had another member call me and ask me the same exact question. Absolutely, great question, and that's what I was getting into because I want to scale up. Right now, if I go to my strategies and I open up the parameters, and this is really why you can set it and forget it. You brought up very good points. I can set my daily loss limit and my daily profit target. A very common question is the one you just asked. What if my risk tolerance is $400 a day? Okay, well, we'll make our loss limit 400 a day, and we'll make our profit goal 800 a day. So if we lose 400, it's going to stop trading that day. If it makes 800, it's going to lock it in and stop trading that day. For prop traders, we also have a trailing threshold where if our profit limit is 800 and we get to 700, well, once we get to 700 and you lose 400 and it comes down to plus 300, it'll stop trading. So it has like a trailing threshold. But now let's say we've built up our account, like I've built up those 3 funded accounts to 30,000. Now I have some cushion. I haven't withdrawn any money. So my trailing threshold stopped. Once I got on to 6,000 in profits, now it's gone up to 9,000. So now I have all of that extra cushion. So what I can do very easily now is, if this was my profit goal and my loss limit, I can now double it. I can go to 800 and 1,600, and I can scroll down to my ATM, and instead of trading just one contract, I'm going to trade two contracts now, because now I'm not risking my own capital. Now I'm risking their capital, right? I've got $10,000 in profits. Now it's time to scale it up. It was nice to make 3,000 or 4,000 a month, but now I want to make 8,000 a month, and it's very easy to do. You could scale it up right in your trade management, and we're always available to help anyone do this. We're not financial advisors, but just for the inputs, we know how to do it. And you increase your daily loss limit and your daily profit target. I hope that answers your question, Akorfa. He says, as you may have guessed, I'm a little greedy. Yeah, we all are. Amen. S. Berman, do me a favor. If you put your name and your number in the chat box, I'll be happy to give you a call and answer that. That's a kind of a personal question that I'd rather talk to you about. All right. Um, Rudy, no, there's no difference. The only difference I told is the one I told you about the trigger. All right. All right. Well, listen, it's always, I consider it really a privilege to be able to do these webinars. And I'm extremely familiar with our products and services here at Right Line Trading. And listen, I don't live in an ivory tower. I answer the phones here every day. I'd like to think of myself as a people's person. So feel free to give me a call. My number is right here. It's 786-732-4656. If you put your name and your number and in the chat box, I'm going to give you a call after I get a drink of water. So I just want to end, by saying this. What I said in the beginning about the trajectory of my trading career was 100% true. People think because I work at Right Line Trading that I'm just a great trader. That's not true. Trust me. Okay, I'm the guy that squeezes his stops. When I see I'm up on a trade, I squeeze that stop like you don't believe. I'll smother it. And if the trade goes against me, I'll bail out quicker than you know what. I start squirming in my seat. I'm a terrible trader. These AI bots have been a complete game changer in the trajectory of my trading career. I promise you it has. And I honestly believe that it could be a game changer in your trading career as well. The price is right for this Memorial Day special. This $2,000 or $19.99 investment has the potential to return dividends for the rest of your life. This is our baby here at Right Line Trading, and we're going to continue to put a substantial amount of the company's resources to maintain, sustain, and improve this system moving forward. That's why when I said this is the start of a relationship, I meant it. And there's people that are in the audience now that I've known for 10 or a dozen years. It goes back that far. So I kid you not. So God bless you. I hope you enjoy your Memorial Day weekend. If you're a family of a veteran, God bless you. Thank you for your family sacrifice. And we honor all of our veterans on Memorial Day. Have a blessed weekend, everybody. Thanks for joining me. We'll see you next week, God willing. So long.